Yeah! Ha! 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 Yeah! Take this, orc! Take it! Wait. What's that? Wait, seriously, what's that? New item? Alright. Ha! Wait. No. No, this can't be. I can't. No. It's an epic. How'd this happen? How'd this happen? Microtransactions. For loot. Microtransactions. For loot. You done fucked it up. How do I even start this off, folks? I mean, honestly, the Shadow series for Middle Earth is great. I even brought out my old sword from the Lord of the Rings era. I mean, this thing was been my thing. I've been waiting to bust it out. And why? Shadow of War, let's just get things started off on a good note here. The game is definitely beautiful. It is polished. It is nice looking. It is basically what Shadow of Mordor was, only with a new coat of paint. But that's where the line is drawn. See, if it wasn't for the multiplayer aspect of it or the god-awful microtransactions that are in the game, this game, in my opinion, would be a lot higher rated, in my opinion. Let me just start off by saying this story continues with Talion and his possession with Celebrimbor and making a new ring where they're going to take on Sauron. Now, the whole story actually takes place. I'm still trying to get a time frame down. You guys can tell me in the comments below where the time frame is, but it's definitely during the time of Minas Morgul, whenever it actually gets taken, well, made, and then we get, I guess, more of the Lord of the Rings stuff. Wonderful, wonderful. But with that said, the biggest problem with the game is definitely the microtransactions. They need to have not been in this game. This game was complete and utter crap with that in it. Apparently, the ending, I mean, I'll get into that, but the whole game is littered with these microtransactions, like, so badly. Oh, jeez, where am I at? Microtransactions so badly, it's just utterly ridiculous on how much there is. Did someone say microtransactions? I am the microtransaction god. And you have fallen for my trap. My trap was to give you microtransactions, so that way you have to pay for the content. And by the way, would you like an exotic stagger? It gives you +5 constitution. Yes. That's only $15.99 per loot chest that I give you. That will not give you this. You'll get something like this, but it'll be a white. It'll be nasty. Okay, somebody did invite Microtransaction God to this one. I am apologetic on that, but basically, guys, the whole microtransaction thing is kind of what takes away from the entire story, because you can buy the stuff automatically in the store and you'll get stuff for whatever level you're at. And then, of course, when it comes down to the ending, which I've heard in the final act, which I've not played it because I had to give it away, because I was on Redbox rental, so I couldn't really play it long. You basically have to grind everything, grind out the microtransactions like crazy, and get all kinds of stuff, and hope to get the true ending of the game. That's the only way you get the true ending of the game is by doing the microtransactions. It is kind of a ridiculous note. I'm actually serious. I am sick of microtransactions ruining our AAA titles. I mean, it's already ruined. Let's see. It's already ruined Shadow of War. It ruined, or it's gonna ruin, Assassin's Creed Origins, and that basically kills two big titles. I mean, I don't understand it. I mean, I know there's going to be one other game that I'm forgetting about that has the microtransactions that ruins games. I'm not saying Destiny 2 because that was just all cosmetic. But it was basically Shadow of War, which I'm doing right now, and of course it's going to come down to whatever other system comes out. And I don't want this in our games. But let's get back to the Shadow of War thing. The microtransactions, if this was actually a video where I would rate the game itself, the microtransactions would not be an issue. You know, if they would actually not be a part of the main game. You know, but they are. You can buy them and all. Oh, wait, the other game I forgot to mention it was Star Wars Battlefront 2. I see you. I see you, microtransaction god. You are not going to take my title away from me.
What? Objection? Objection! You have nothing against me when it comes to Star Wars Battlefront 2. Oh, by the way, do you want a blaster for Battlefront 2? It gives you better handling. And it goes pew pew. Oh. Geez. They tell me it was loaded. I need to talk to the prop guy. He said it wasn't loaded. Oh.
Okay, somebody really needs to put a lid on him. But basically, the whole game itself, if it wasn't for the microtransactions, the game would be awesome. I would have enjoyed playing it wholeheartedly, and I think everybody else would have too. The whole story arc behind it, where you meet, like, Shelob and all these other characters, was awesome. They were on par. Now, the funniest part of it all is that you had to deal with our good old buddy Gollum again.
Cruel Avenger, that bloodthirsty killer. He cuts your ears, cuts your ugly heads, he plays with their brains, makes mince of their faces.
He has his uses.
You know, I can never get tired of Gollum. I mean, seriously, he does play a pivotal role in the game, as far as I recall, but he's actually not that bad. Now, when you do go and start recruiting people, this guy was my number one guy, and I honestly am glad that they put somebody in like this for comic relief, because he was just, he was great. I enjoyed him. I don't know his name offhand, but I liked him. Especially whenever he's talking about having fun and all that. You know, that's just how he is.
But, which, well, I guess he'd have to be given the two heads. You take him down, you'll send a message to Sauron, and get yourself some nice new digs as part of the bargain.
I'm not going to do this alone.
Gather your troops. Will do. Ooh, just make sure you let me pop his heads off, won't ya?
Yeah, he was awesome. I was laughing for hours after I met him. He's actually the game's way of teaching you how to use the Nemesis system. And quite honestly, kudos to the person who actually made that guy. Actually, the tutorial master for the Nemesis system. Which, by the way, you can go around killing. You could do the same thing you did in Shadow of Mordor. Only it's a little bit more funner, because sometimes the enemies resist your butt. You know, they resist. You're like, oh, I don't wanna. And then it's like, oh, well, I can demoralize you, make you a little bit of a. from a to a, or I could just kill you. So, in conclusion, folks, if I were to actually rate this game, I'm going to rate it as it is from other reviewers, which I really don't want to do. But from my own personal experiences in it, I have to rate this game. And really, it is kind of a joke that I got to rate it. So, in all fairness, I'm going to rate this game, give it a 5 out of 10. I mean, that's the best I can give it. I mean, this is from a Dance Man scale, okay? Normally, I would have given this game, if it wasn't how bad it was, I would have given it an 8 or a 9. But it's 5. Mediocre. It's ridiculous how the game is held back by the microtransactions. I mean, it is that horrible. I wish they wouldn't have done that. The microtransactions are not what makes a AAA title. These are what are ruining our best titles like Shadow of War, Star Wars Battlefront 2, and soon also Assassin's Creed Origins. Again, with the Uplay. So really, guys, I want this to be a testament to every developer. If you're going to see this, or in the comments below, please agree with me that the microtransactions have gotten out of control. They have. I liked it when they had them as cosmetic. I liked it when they were maybe the occasional weapon loot box, something like Overwatch, but everything is becoming like Overwatch, where you have the drops, you have the money, give me the money. That's what they're telling you. These companies are telling you, give me money, give me more money, and I will give you free DLC. Now, Shadow of War does not have free DLC. It's still locked behind a very, very strict season pass. So really, the only way you're going to get this game in its fullest ability is to get the $100 version. Or get the cheap version and then buy the season pass. But really, a 5 out of 10, folks. A 5 out of bloody 10 is the best I can give this game. I was, like, chomping at the bit here, like, almost sling my wrists to say that I was going to give it a 7 or an 8. But I can't, because these microtransactions, they ruin the ending of the game. They ruin the entirety feel of the grind in a game. And taking away from the fun, which is what we had with Shadow of Mordor, where we had no microtransactions. It was just beautiful, polished, done, beautiful. But yet, they have to throw that stuff in there so they can make the money. So that way we can get free DLC. And if this is the price of free DLC on a game, on any game, I think I'd rather pay the $60, $70 and have everything in it, or the $90 for everything in it, than have to pay an extra $50 for a season pass, which would be nice, but in the long run then, you're paying for microtransactions. You're paying for guns. You're paying for swords. You're paying for armor. You're paying for the Uruks, who are epic level or legendary level, walking around and helping you in the hardest of stuff. And then, in the long run, you're burning more money than you need to. So really, microtransactions need to stop in these AAA titles. And I am definitely standing on that. I'm going to be giving you guys a review for my next projects here coming up. And I will see you guys next time. This is Dance Man telling you to be careful with these AAA titles when it comes to microtransactions, because you never know. They could be good, they could be bad. So until then, that was my review for Shadow of War. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like, comment, subscribe, and peace.
I don't know what's so bad about microtransactions. They're mine. By the way, anybody want any microtransactions for Destiny 2? Because there's an XP boost. Ooh, strawberry flavor. Yeah. They're all mine. Why y'all still here? Go buy some microtransactions. Go buy some. Wait till Star Wars. You guys are gonna get it. Oh. Now, which way's the way out? Nobody ever tells me